Donnie and Dolly. The team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
It is Friday. All of our guests today brought to you by our friends of the Whistler Golf Club. The Arnold Palmer designed Whistler Golf Club, reminding group organizers of 12 or more that you, the group organizer, play for free. And Chris Manson keeps saying it's September, best month to play golf
ever
up there at the Whistler Golf Club. And you can say what you want about the lack of rain. For golf, just fine.
Fine.
All right, our thanks to Whistler as we bring in now former Canucks head coach, now on the NHL Network, and a newly named senior consultant with the OHL Niagara Ice Dogs. It's Bruce Boudreau. Bruce, thanks for doing this, sir. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm sorry my video's not coming on, but it's probably better just to hear me and not look at my face all day, so that's good.
If there's one show that's used to technical difficulties, it's ours, Bruce. We'll make do here. Trust me, we're fine. Hey, how did that I think your son's involved, but how did that consulting job come up with Niagara, and what's your role going to be?
Well, it came up like I lived in St. Catharines for many years, and we played in the American League there. And when they got the team there this summer, in June, I just went up to him because once my son got a job there, I said, hey, listen, if I can help you guys in any way, just with experience talking to the coaches or something, let me know. And that was in June. And they gave me a call about 2 weeks ago and said, would you like to be this? And I said, I can do it. I don't live in St. Catharines, but I live in Hershey. But I get up there to see my mom and son as often as I can. So I'd be happy to do it. And I guess the thing for me is just for them to, it's not like an advice thing. It's to run things by me to see if it makes sense, because they're all from the ownership to the GM to the coaches are all fairly young at this. So, if I can help them in any way, I said I'd be glad to help.
Switching gears, Bruce, Quinn Hughes named 15th captain of the Canucks earlier this week. During your short time with the Canucks, during your time with the Canucks, did you feel Quinn Hughes was captain material?
You know what? I thought he was getting more mature as daily, and from year to year. The one good thing, or not one good thing, but the one thing I remember distinctly is last summer talking to Quinn and him telling me, you know what, I want to take a bigger role. I want to be a leader. I want to be more of a leader. And I said, you're going about it the right way. And he said, well, listen, I've reached out to some of the guys. I think if memory serves, he said, I went to visit JT, or JT came to visit him, but he definitely wanted the leadership, Brandon. And I think last year he showed a lot about it. He not only through his play, but I think he became a little bit more vocal, and he's certainly well respected within the room. If Quinn did talk, he's a pretty quiet guy, but when he talked, people listened, and he always wants to do the right thing. He cares about winning more than anything. So I think it was a good choice. I thought that another good choice would have been Elias Pettersson, but I think once I started really dissecting them making Quinn the captain, I thought it was a great job.
Is the role of the captain still meaningful in today's NHL, Bruce?
Oh, well, I think it is, depending on who it is and what kind of team you have. I think, listen, Quinn is the kind of guy that wants to win all the time, and he works his butt off in the summer to do things to win. So I think that is going to rub off everybody that maybe doesn't feel quite that way. And I think now with this added power and with the experience he's had and the years he's had, and where, people rank him as, in the top as defense go in the league, I think he'll have that power to tell somebody, especially young kids, hey, we do it this way. This is the way we do it, and you better get on board with it. Now, I don't think he'll take a back step to anybody. But to answer your question, I think the captain's got a big role. He's the guy that, the coach is going to lean on. The coach is going to lean on to use him as how's the room going? and he's going to be a sounding board. Quinn will be able to say, "Hey, listen, I think we either got to let up or we got to work harder, or we don't quite understand this or we don't quite understand that." And I think he's going to be a good one to communicate with Rick about.
Hey, Bruce, a captain in a Canadian market. You've got the media attention, which, as you well know, it can get crazy at times. You've got social media. You got all those. How will Quinn deal with that in your eyes?
I mean, you guys have known he's not one to go out and blow his own horn and be talking on social media a lot. So I think he'll be more of a quiet. He'll be more like Daniel and Henrik than I think he would be more than say, and I don't know this, I'm just guessing, like a Lowry would be in Winnipeg, who seems like he's a leader by, he's a physical and a vocal leader, and I don't know, but I'm guessing. But I think Quinn is going to be more like the Sedins, and through their work on the ice and through their caring, and when they do talk, it's like, people listen. It's because they don't talk a lot. And I think that's what Quinn's going to be like. I look for him. We talked last summer. We said he said his goal was 80 points. I think it's very reachable goal for you, and I think you could do it. And he said he was working on his shot all summer long. Well, unfortunately, the first 30 games, it took him the longest time to score. Nothing was going in and everything. But I think if he can get 10 to 15 goals, he's a 85 plus point guy in the league. Because I was telling somebody this morning, after about a month being there the first year, I thought Quinn was as good a passer as anybody I've seen that can put the puck from the goal line to the red line on the tape with something on it. And his skill level is it's crazy. So, I think with that comes confidence, and with his confidence, if the team starts to win, I think he'll be a great captain.
Hey, Bruce, I want to ask you about Kuzmenko. There's a lot was made about his conditioning last year in Vancouver. He went out and had a good summer, and he trained. In an article yesterday, he said he ate a lot of waffles and ice cream. His diet wasn't good. He changed his diet. Did you see last year a player not in condition in Kuzmenko?
Well, I don't think he was probably in the best shape. He was probably in good shape for him, for what he'd been used to, because he'd never been in North American hockey. But I think his training habits probably changed over the summer, because I remember when me and Patrick went to Michigan to meet with him, that he said he doesn't do anything in August. He will, do a little bit of skating, and he wanted in training camp to play the games, and that's where he really gets in shape. Now you play a year in the NHL, and you sit there and you go, okay, I now know what I have to do. And the fact that I think he's got a 2-year deal. If he can, if he got in better shape and comes to camp, and he got 39 goals this year. If he could add half a dozen more, they're going to want to sign him after this year, not wait after the second year. So, he knows there's a lot at stake with him. And I know he likes money, because I know when we were talking that day in Michigan, when we were talking about other players, you were saying, yeah, he makes this, he makes that. So I remember saying, turning to Patrick, he knows a little bit about North American hockey. He's not kidding. So, I think if he's in better shape, it's going to only help the Canucks. And I think, too, when you think about it, last year in my tenure, I sat him out a game. I think Rick Tocchet sat him out a game, too. Because he got a little lazy early on in the year on the road, and he got better at it and understanding the league a little bit better. But I think there was times when, because I'm sure in the KHL, where he could take it pretty easy and things would still be okay. I think in the NHL, you find it's a different animal, and you've got to come ready to play every night if you want to have your team to have success.
Hey, Bruce, can you see our show right now? I'm not sure if you can.
I can.
Okay.
I can, yeah.
Okay, so Rick Tocchet held a coaches summit earlier this week up in Whistler, and we could identify everybody. They showed on the video we saw, showed various shots of the coaching staff, but we don't know who this guy is. Do you have any idea? Like, I am so jealous of his hair, the whole look.
That's Greg. He's the assistant video coach.
No, but in Abbotsford, Bruce, or Vancouver?
No, in Vancouver. Him and Dylan Crawford worked side by side, and he's really good.
Okay.
He's from Toronto. Yeah, no, he was a great addition last year, and they hired him after the departure of Rachel Dory, and so that's Greg.
Greg, that's Bruce. That's great hair he's got.
He might be the best looking guy in the organization.
We were all a little jealous. Mikey and myself,
he might be the best looking guy.
King.
He might be the best looking guy in the organization now that you've left, Bruce.
Yes, Bruce.
Well, ask him, and he'll tell you he is, I'm sure.
Hey, Bruce, just one quick one. Ilya Mikheyev is still not healthy. He's about 3-4 weeks away. There's a lot of criticism in Vancouver on why the Canucks didn't shut him down earlier. Should they have shut him down earlier, Bruce, in your eyes?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I remember talking to Milstein when we were in San Jose one time, and they said they were going to wait for the break to shut him down. And I said, okay, but we knew he got hurt the second game in preseason.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, listen, he's playing his butt off. But he's only 60%. We haven't seen him all year play the way he could play. I don't know if it was the right thing or wrong thing. The one thing he worked so hard, I'm telling you, and he wanted to play. It would have been hard to shut him down. Like, even the length of time that he was shut down, he was in there working, and he wanted to play. So I think that he wanted to play so bad that it would have been hard to shut him down. But I mean, if he comes back full strength, I mean, I really liked him as a player, and I think we only saw a portion of the ability that he can have.
Yeah.
Bruce, thanks for this. Appreciate it. All the best with everything, and all the best with Niagara and working with your son.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I've never worked with my son. I'd hate to have to fire him, but I'll just I can let him know what it feels like anyway.
No comment. Bruce, thanks for this. And thanks for the identification there. Appreciate it.
No problem. Talk to you guys anytime.
You bet. Bruce Boudreau,